Hey there, Fit Fam. Welcome to the only podcast where we're breaking the mold and rewriting the rules. I'm here to debunk the myths, spill the tea, and serve a hefty dose of reality. No matter where you're at in your journey, we've got something for everybody. So buckle up because we're about to unleash the basics in the most unapologetic way possible. From shedding pounds to embracing your inner badass, I'm here to remind you that skinny is so last season and the basics are anything but boring. So grab your favorite piece of protein and your water bottle and get ready to be empowered, entertained, and educated because being a basics bitch has never looked this good. Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Super excited to be here with you today. I'm not even gonna lie. It is 7:23 p.m. on Tuesday evening, and I'm recording this, and I am showered and in my bathrobe, and it is how we are getting down tonight. Okay, so obviously we got lots going on right now. I got Basics on Demand. You can still get in under the founding launch price of $29 a month. I'm just going to say this like it is. You're crazy if you're not in it. You're crazy if you're not in it. You get access to programming. You get access to my master classes, former trainings, lots of videos, a community, and you get a one-time a month call with me where you can do a Q&A where I'll talk about something, teach on something, educate on something for $29 a month. For $29 a month. $29 at 2 for $50. Anybody ever remember Mr. Allen's? Okay, anyways, seriously, you're crazy if you're not in there, right? You can also buy 3 months for $77. Same, crazy. You're crazy if you're not in there, okay? So, that being said, Basics on Demand, link in the show notes, get in, and let's get on it. And obviously there's other ways to work with me besides just one-on-one coaching and or just Basics on Demand. I have short-term containers. I have, one-off kind of like day passes. I have, what else? And like a 6-week container. There's like lots of different ways to get in there with me, okay? Programming only, whatever you need. We can create, which is the cool thing about running your own business. So today I wanted to talk about something because I don't even know if I've done a podcast, honestly, around this before, but I wanted to kind of deep dive into my belief behind cheat meals. And I'm pretty sure I've done probably some time ago a podcast around this, but the more and more I learn about the brain, the mind, our previous experiences and how they affect what we do in the future, specifically with my mindset training that I did, my certification that I got, the more I realize how important it is to get women off of this idea of giving food moral value and having quote unquote cheat meals. Because it really derails your progress. It's going to fuck your shit up. I'm just going to say it like it is. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you've been there before where you're literally thinking to yourself, that was me. Every time I've had a cheat meal, I would always derail myself. Anytime I had a cheat, whatever, an ice cream, a cookie that I wasn't supposed to have, whatever the case is, it has always probably left ill feeling, shame, guilt, and led you down a path of eventually quitting, not thinking you're good enough, constantly going back in this cycle of I'm a horrible person. This is why I can't do it. I'll never be successful. And we stay on this cycle. We stay there. We don't get off this cycle. We do not get off this cycle. And I've talked about my one client where she refused to eat, for whatever reason, Rice Krispie treats, because those were terrible, but she could eat donuts, right? I can't make it make sense. She can't even make it make sense. This is the same client that wouldn't eat oatmeal because she was told it was bad for her. And we have all this fear mongering now going on with the quote unquote crunchy community, and Oreos have pesticides in them and all this stuff, right? I'll say this for those that don't know, okay? Proteins are made up of amino acids, okay? One of the components of protein, don't tell anybody. It's ammonia. Ammonia. I'll say it again. One of the components, one of the chemicals that are in protein is ammonia. But when you put ammonia with something else that is another ingredient in protein, it is no longer ammonia. Okay? All right? Context fucking matters. But we just want to be on TikTok or Instagram and yell at people and tell them how terrible of people they are for eating things. That's what we want to do. That's the only thing we want to do, is just yell at people about how terrible they are for eating things. Fear mongering. So that they eat these things and then they feel bad. Right? And we all know, if I'm going to be super honest and transparent too, we all know not one person just throws away the Oreos. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I'm sure there are people out there that are like, okay, I'm having one more and then I put the rest in the garbage so I don't eat them all. But then there's also that flip side of people that are like, I'm just getting them all now. We're just going to get out of the way. I'm just going to get them all in there. I'm just going to eat them all and then they're gone. And then I won't buy them again. And the problem is you end up buying them again. Right? It's very much like the don't look down. Oh, what's the first thing you're going to do when you are told don't look down? You're going to look down. Spoiler alert, if you didn't know. And the first thing you're going to do is when something that you desire to eat, that you love, that you enjoy, and you're told you can't have that, it's bad food. It's terrible. It has pesticides in it. It has pesticides in it. You guys, water is bad within context. Water is not good for you in context. In fact, I'm even seeing some things coming out now, like, electrolytes are really important. And I think that they are very important. Fluid balance is something that I talk about. Not always just water. Majority of women don't drink enough water, right? But fluid balance is important. Okay. And now it's coming out where like people are so like going on the flip side of that they're drinking like 4 liquid IVs packets or whatever. They're adding to the water, like 4 of them, and they're starting to literally drown themselves and they're getting water in their lungs. Now, this is not meant to scare people. If you're having 1 liquid IV packet a day or 1 scoop of, aminos or 1 scoop of some kind of hydration or 1 packet, you're probably fine. Okay. But context matters. Water can be bad for you. Water can make you literally be like you're drowning. This is real. Okay. Context matters. Too much lettuce is not good for you. Okay. Just like too many Oreos aren't good for you. Yet somehow nobody's walking around saying, oh my God, don't eat that lettuce. It's going to be so bad for you if you eat too much of it. Oh my God, don't do that. It's terrible for you. Don't do that. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's fear-mongering lettuce. Nobody's also typically over-consuming it. Right? That's rare. Nobody's over-consuming broccoli. Nobody's over-consuming chicken breasts that are boiled. Nobody's doing that. Right? Which is why it's not a thing. So why nobody's down the aisles yelling at you. Good, don't eat all the broccoli. It's bad for you in huge doses. This right here, this will kill you. It's a silent killer. That's what people are doing. So what does it do? It drives us to think like, I'm eating bad things. Okay. And then we start panicking. And then we start hyper-focusing and become food obsessed. And all we can think about is food. Food. And now we have this thing called food noise. Food noise. This is why we have food noise. Okay. This is I'm going to say this is partially why we have food noise, because now we have social media where people are down aisles yelling at you, telling you not to eat this, don't eat that. And as for as many as I can get that Oreos have pesticide and they're really terrible for you, I can find so's fruit because it has sugar. Okay. Except your body doesn't fucking know sugar from fruit versus sugar from a candy bar. I know a lot of you want to think that. A lot of you want to believe that this is true, but it's not true. Science said so. Apparently at 7:30 p.m., I like to use voices. And you can tell, even from last week when I was at Cedar Point, like my voice at the end of the day is like hoarse from talking. I've had a lot of calls today and I've been so busy, which is why this podcast is coming out now. I was on the phone with my husband. I was like, I have to go record this podcast. Okay. I don't have to, but I want to. And people think it's going to be there tomorrow. So I want to show up for those people. All 4 of you. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. So this is where we're at. And this is why I never, ever, 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 never, ever have I ever used cheat meals with clients. I never even used them on my own journey. Once I realized like, oh, I just got to figure out how to build this in versus being like, ooh, I'm naughty. Ooh, I'm naughty. I'm having an Oreo. No, it's not like this anymore, right? Now, there are certain things that I do to help myself not become out of control when I do eat these foods that are highly palatable. If we're just going to be super honest, I don't give a shit what people say. Cheddar and sour cream potato chips are amazing. I think they're very delicious. And guess what? It's very much like Pringles. Once you pop, you don't stop. I could eat the whole fucking bag. I could sit there and just eat right out of the bag. It'd be very easy for me to do. That is not a lie. I could do it. I could do it tonight. I could get off this phone or this call or this podcast and I could go do that shit right now. I'm not doing it, but I could. And I enjoy them, but sometimes I can over enjoy them. And so what I do is I buy the little packets. If I like the other day we had hamburgers for dinner and sometimes I just like hamburgers and potato chips. I don't know why. It's for me, that's like a barbecue thing. I don't know. So I didn't have individual bags of potato chips. So I got out a dish and I put the chips into the dish and then I ate them. So it was like my own little serving. The Oreo packets that I buy, I constantly talk about this. I buy the individual sized Oreo packets. I don't buy the whole sleeves because I'm going to tell you this right the fuck now. It's highly palatable. You will keep going. You will, if you have a history like me of the inability to fucking stop, it will become mindless for you and you will get caught up in that trap. It will happen. Maybe not every time because that doesn't happen to me every time, but I can all of a sudden realize like, oh shit, I'm half a bag deep in chips. Like, put it away, Sarah, put it away, knock it off. Like if I literally tell myself this. Yo, when I think of cheat, I think of my ex-husband. What do you think of? I'm curious. When you think of cheat, what are you thinking of? Cheat. When you cheat on a test, cheat on a person, cheat yourself out of death. Well, I don't even know why, but that's just, I feel like a way that people use the word cheat, right? You cheat yourself out of something. What do you, what is positive? Please enlighten me. What is so great about a cheat meal? What joy does that bring? Because I eat pizza every single week. It's not a cheat meal. It's my dinner. It's called dipping, right? I eat hamburgers typically, especially in the summertime. I buy turkey burgers, but they're still like 85-15. They're not like super crazy lean. Okay. And I eat cheeseburgers in the summertime. I eat ice cream in the summertime. None of that is cheating. I'm not cheating anything. I'm consuming food that has calories. Just like if I were to eat a salad that had calories. But we live in this world where everything has a moral value. Everything is good or bad. Everything is black or white. Everything is this or that. And y'all, we can't keep living this way in this space. And the reason I'm talking about it is because a lot of people are talking about this right now. And this is the same reason why I don't like meal planning. Number one, fun legal fact for you rule followers out there. If you are not getting a meal plan from a registered dietitian, it is illegal. A person can, like me, I can suggest a macro prescription. I can help you find foods that you love to fit that macro prescription. That's what they call it. But I cannot give you, eat a quarter cup of sweet potato, eat 3 broccoli stems, eat 2 squares of sweet potato. I cannot do that. I don't have legal guidelines to do that. And here's what I know about fucking meal plans. Some lady posted the other day in this group. What group was it? I don't even remember if I'll be able to find it. But she had made a comment about the fact that she has been eating the same thing for 4 years. 4 years, y'all. 4 years. Who is eating the same thing for 4 years? Why? Because she is eating off of a meal plan. Oh, here it is. I found it. Anyone know someone who writes out a meal plan that's flexible? Okay, number one, meal plans aren't flexible. They're a plan for a reason. And delicious, but healthy with protein, fat, and carbs. Looking for new recipes. Tired of eating the same old foods I have been eating for the same meal plan for the last 4 years. Do you want to know what my response was? And it was very well liked. It was very well received, which I'm very happy about. And I feel like it got taken down. You've got to be kidding me. Somebody unbelievable. Somebody took down my post. Somebody took down my response. Y'all, this is how crazy it's getting. Okay, well, anyway, what I said was just my own 2 cents. The reason that you've been eating the same meals for the last however many years is because you haven't learned how to actually eat food. You learned how to eat off of a piece of paper or a plan or whatever you're receiving these meal plans on. Learn how to eat, and then you don't need a meal plan, and then you don't have to eat the same shit for 4 fucking years. How fucking boring. What a boring ass like food intake. I am mind blown that got removed. We going back to that one. I'm going to repost my comment because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right? So there was over like 16 likes on that, on my comment, because people who understand. They get it. They know how important having a fucking, like, understanding how meal plans hinder you from learning. Like, period. They hinder you. They don't give you, there's no such thing as flexibility in a meal plan. Swap out your chicken for salmon. Swap out your salmon for steak. Hey, guess what? You can do the same fucking thing without a meal plan. Weird, right? Not really. It's like, this doesn't help you, and this is why you're bored. Who wants to eat the same shit every freaking day for 4 years? I mean, if you do, that's fine. Obviously, this person doesn't, right? So the reason I'm talking about these things is because they are coming up a lot, so much. And we really, like, I will talk about the same topic over and over again because it needs to be said. Because people need to hear. And unfortunately, I'm not going through over 250 episodes at this point to figure out which episode I talk about this on. I'm just going to talk about it again because I'm going to talk about it in a different way because I have a different experience with it now. So, cheat meals. Not a good idea. You got to figure out a way to live during this process. You got to figure out a way to not have to say no to everything, but also have some balance and understand you can't say yes to everything, right? I always talk about that. You will have to sacrifice something. You're not getting out of this without giving some kind of sacrifice. That doesn't mean you have to sacrifice everything. And that's what I help women figure out. This is what we do. This is what we work on. But these are red flags for food relationship, folks. If you're sitting here telling me I have a cheat meal, red flag. I do a cheat meal once a week, red flag. The fact that you even have to say the word cheat meal. Because again, if somebody could explain to me what cheat means to them, if I were to ask that person, what does cheat mean to you? I posted this part of my Mission 180. I put a reel out a couple of days ago at this point. And somebody, what did she call it? A treat meal. She called it a treat meal or something like that. I don't know. It was on my TikTok. Let's see, which one is it? No, not that one. Yes, this one here. She says, I changed my verbiage to a treat meal. I don't feel like I cheated myself, but it's a deserved treat, just a little treat. Yeah. And I can respect that. Like, she deserves it. She thinks, but I also am not a big component of earning our food. What makes you deserve a treat besides the fact that you just want a treat, right? Language matters, y'all. Language has meaning. Words have meaning. I tell my children this all the time. All the time. Words have meaning. So if she were to just change that to a treat meal, I probably wouldn't have a big issue with it. But then she said, because I feel like I deserve it. Well, what did you do to deserve to eat food? Exactly. Like, what exactly are you doing to deserve to eat it? Did you work out really hard today? Did you starve yourself yesterday? So now you just again, because it's not, when we say that we deserve, like who doesn't deserve to eat food? That's what I'd like to know. Where are you at that you don't deserve it, that you aren't worthy of consuming food? That's a problem, right? So language matters. Verbiage matters. How we talk about things matter. So I'm kind of curious if you have a thought and or an opinion on cheat meals and meal plans. I'd like to hear your experience with them, because I want to know that what I'm saying is accurate, because what I see constantly, even with my own clients, is this. Cheat meals are a recipe for disaster. They do nothing but put you in a bigger spiral and keep you stuck. Meal plans definitely keep you stuck because you don't know what the fuck to do. And the minute that meal plan goes away, you're like, I don't know how to eat. I don't, nobody's telling me what I'm supposed to put in my mouth. Nobody should have to tell you. You're a grown ass woman. You need to fucking learn. Sorry, harsh. The harshness is coming. You need to fucking learn what to put in your mouth without being told every 5 seconds. You are not a toddler. You are not 2 years old. That's like the grow up part. Like, we got to fucking grow up here, ladies. It's like, tell me what to eat, but I want to be a size 2 and I want to feel good in my skin. I want to feel confident, but I can't do that unless you tell me what to eat. Well, then you don't deserve verbiage, language. Then why do you want to be a size 2 if you have to be told what the fuck to do? It's wild. It's wild, ladies. We are wild creatures. Wild creatures. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but I'm curious. Cheat meals. What do you think about them? Meal plans. What do you think about them? Am I hitting somewhere? Am I hitting the nail on the head for you? What is your experience with them? Why do you use them? Why don't you use them? I'm very, very curious. Very, very curious. Okay. I hope you guys have a great hump day, because every day is a great day for a hump, and I will catch you on Friday. No filter. Thanks so much for listening today. If you laughed, learned, or just felt the vibe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps this ass train chugging along. If you're ready to embrace the basics with a twist, follow me on social media. Links are in the show notes, and let's see the ways we can work together. All right, basics bitches, you're not just listeners, you're part of the revolution. Remember, skinny's out, basics are in, and you're looking damn good doing it. So until next time, stay basic.